Oh. Oh. All right. Let's get this started. Welcome. We're back here at Barrows. What are we doing? Let's take a look at the collection log. Still waiting for Varroc's skirt, Carol's leather top. We have 4 Carol's leather skirts at this point. That's making me a bit sad. Still waiting on Guthic's pieces. Still waiting on the Aram staff because Aram staff is going to be our best magic weapon for a while. 5% magic bonus, one-handed, so you can wear like a Odium ward. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff left to get. And yeah, nothing to do but go get it. And there we go. I hate these rooms because you click on the stairs and then it's like, oh, did you click on the stairs? Give it like 2 seconds before I decide whether you did or not. And if you click on the stairs again a second time while you're waiting for yourself to go up the stairs, it's like, oh, you're trying to go up the stairs again. Let's give you another period of time you have to wait. Oh well. Ba, 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 ba. Easy game. Just gotta get myself a couple more Barrows items and I'll be ready to go. Derek, give me your pants. Hidden tunnel, okay. And into the pit. Alright. Easy, easy. I'm gonna scroll through, 2007 Scape. See if there's any good posts. Ooh, a post from Maud Blossom. Ask us about Varlamore. Okay, curious about Varlamore. What do you want to know most, or what are the most exciting things What are you most excited for? We'll pass your responses onto the team and feature their answers to your Varlamore-related questions in the blog update next week. P.S. We won't be giving any major spoilers. Okay, this is what I like about fucking old school RuneScape. They know we're a bunch of degenerates who sit on Reddit all day complaining. And so they're like, you know, they're doing the classic tactic of like, I wish you wouldn't, but I'll meet you where you are. Like, I wish you wouldn't shitpost on Reddit all day, but if that's what you're gonna do, then we'll meet you where you're at. Okay. Lore question. How do Ralos and Renewal fit into the narrative around the God Wars and the Edict of Guthix? From what's been revealed so far, it seems like Zaya was pretty isolated from what was happening on the mainland, but I could see some interesting tension between the idea of the edicts and religious practices in Varlamore, particularly in relation to the Final Dawn. That is a good question. Like, the more developed the story gets, the more, like, I guess the gods in the desert have always been a thing, but they didn't really get highlighted until Tombs of Amascut came out. And Tombs of Amascut sort of fleshed out their story a little bit. But yeah, Varlamore had... Zaya didn't really have any gods. Like, Zarek was just like a really strong mage. He wasn't really a god. Because, like, to be a god in RuneScape, you have to, like, touch or use an elder artifact or something like that. You can either kill another god and take their power, which is what Guthix did and Zamorak did, or I think also... No, Guthix didn't kill a god. He sat on the Stone of Jas. He put his ass on the Stone of Jas and became big green boy. That's how Guthix happened, I think. Okay. Okay, one change I'd love to see is to get access to the Quetzal map/transport system for the Whistle, instead of currently having to go to the Hunters Guild and immediately use the bird there. That's a good point. I would like to be able to use the Hunter's Whistle to go to any bird spot in Varlamore rather than... I mean, it's like a couple extra clicks and a tiny bit of time, but... yeah. Is there any reason why it hasn't been done this way? Is it something the team would consider changing in Part 3 or a poll? Or Quetzal and the POH. Quetzal and the POH would be cool. Give me something. Nothing. Will we see more teleports added to the Pendant of Ates and or the Quetzal Whistle? If so, are there any plans with the completion of Varlamore to add a Quetzal room to the house, maybe in the Superior Garden, same slot as the Fairy Ring, or a mounted Pendant of Ates? The mounted Pendant sounds good. It sounds more, like, doable than just having a giant bird in your house. I mean, both would be cool. I'm just thinking of, like, cosmetically, it would look better to have, like, just a mounted pendant, like the Zarek's amulet. But I do think it would be cooler to have the bird. Alright. Okay. Moonlight and Sunlight Moth mixes inventory icons still have the same sprites as the Sapphire Galatius mix since the release of Varlamore Part 1. Will that be addressed someday? Mistrock is in Alderaan, but is inaccessible. What are the plans for this? Okay. With Sulphur Blades, Glacial Temoyotl, Earthbound to Pakla, covering fire, water, and earth elements, will we get a double hit weapon associated with air down the line? Maybe. That would be cool. Finish that whole cycle. What about the west entrance to the Hunter's Guild? So far, it has been a dead end. Okay. The Varlamore Diaries. I do not want more diaries in this game. I mean, if they're gonna add it, I hope the reward's nice, because diaries are not super fun content. It's just like, get the level, do the thing, and then you're done forever, which is nice. Which I guess is like most things in this game. But for some reason, diaries feel a little bit more annoying to me. Probably because of like the Karamja diary requiring double nature runes. Like, some of the requirements, Karamja specifically has the worst requirement for the but you know, it's just high skill requirements that are the issue. But I really would like, something I really would like is achievements completed. No, I don't want Varrock mediums. I want Lumbridge and Drainer elites. Alright, so a lot of levels left to go for those, because Lumbridge elites means I can ditch this stupid Draymond staff and never use it again, which would be nice. Any update on the endless/harder version of the Colosseum? Rewards could include a pet transmog to transmog the soul pet into other mobs in the Colosseum. Unless we've heard otherwise, recently a JMod at one point confirmed endless Colosseum is not ever happening. Pet transmog is still up in the air, but not endless Colosseum. Okay. Unfortunate. I know some people were looking forward to that. But hey, we still got the boss coming out, or the Delve boss that has like a whole bunch of different floors, and each floor gets harder. I'm definitely gonna try that out when it comes. Are we still getting the Bard area? Can't imagine how much life something like that would have in the game. But I thought it would be area. Castle, like a castle in the river on the map. Oh, I thought it would be really cool. Okay, this is the one I'm interested. Once Final Dawn is out, are there distant, in like brackets, future plans for Grandmaster Quest? I hope for a quest that unites Varlamore and Corrend a little bit and ties up loose ends from Kingdom Divided. Yeah, that. I mean, I'm always in favor of like continuing. I like that they add new quests, like new standalone quests, and also like with Varlamore they did add like a whole new quest line, and a bunch of like a lot of standalone stuff, but also a new quest line in like the main story. So I think it's alright to add like new quests, but I'm always excited when they're like, Oh yeah, Desert Treasure 2. We're gonna like continue the story of the Majorat. Like, I think that's cool. Or because there's a lot of storylines that I feel like a lot of people really like that could be concluded. Even like the Slug Menace, the White Knights of Falador quest line. There's still some unfinished business there. The Penguin storyline, I know, would be Cold War 3 would be a great quest. Kind of silly and kind of stupid, but like you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of loose ends and like unfinished storylines that I would really like to see worked on. The dwarf storyline for fuck. If the dwarfs under the underground dwarf city that you can get to from the GE, Keldagrim? Yeah, Keldagrim. Um, yeah, the Keldagrim storyline that's still unfinished. Fairy Tale storyline is unfinished. Um, and like, I get that people are like, oh, but the rewards and the rewards got to be balanced, and I'm like, I don't really care. Like, we already got fairy rings, we already got magic secators. Like, there's a lot of good rewards already from the Fairy Tale storyline. So I wouldn't mind if they were like, oh, there's no like magic secators for this quest. There's no like new teleport system for this quest, because that Fairy Tale 1 and 2 are extremely strong quests for like account progression. But like Fairy Tale Part 3, I don't feel like you need like a massive game-changing reward for a lot of these storylines. I don't feel like you need huge rewards. Even like even something as big as Desert Treasure 2, which by far is like the biggest and, in my opinion, one of the best quests in the game. Even then, the upgrades you got from the quest were like better rings, which is fairly niche but still really useful, and then like a side grade magic set. And then also the Soul Reaper axe. But like Soul Reaper axe is the only thing that's like really like universally good are the rings. Soul Reaper axe is fairly niche. Virtus robes are good. Like, don't get me wrong, Virtus robes are really good. But like, again, they're like situational. They're not universally good. So I feel like that would be a good quest reward. Like, if Fairy Tail Part 2 did come out... GZ, my friend? If Fairy Tail Part 2 came out, or Part 3 came out, I would expect the reward space... They would have to add a reward somehow. Some reason to, like, finish the quest. Maybe, like, upgraded Slayer Master or something. That would be, like, the upgraded Fairy Slayer Master. Like, I could see maybe some farming quality of life stuff, but the farming quality of life stuff is, like, there's not much left in that space to add. You already got the bottomless compost bucket. You already got the seed bank at the farming guild. There's, like, if you're staying on theme with like the Fairy Tale storyline is all about farming, I don't really know like what other rewards and like the skill of farming could be really impactful. Maybe like a new farming method, like an alternative to Tithe Farm would be cool. Something like that. But I guess what I'm saying is for a lot of the quests that I would like to see finished, I don't think you need to have like a massive game-changing reward at the end of it. I would just like to see how these stories wrap up. because that was the big thing with Desert Treasure 2, was like, oh yeah, there's this great story and everything's coming together, and it's like you're getting all this confrontation between the Majorat, and it's like super cool. And then at the end of it, it's like Sliske comes in, steals some shit, and like fucks off to the north. And then everyone else is like, well, we gotta wait around for the ritual to happen. And so, you know what that means? That means we're gonna get like 3 to 5 years with absolutely no updates on the storyline. And then when they finally do it, they're gonna be like, alright, this is the big one. This is the big quest. Um, which is like, it's fine. You can only work on so much at one time. But like, especially for someone who's already done all the quests, and you're like, I just want to see how these stories wrap up, which is where I'm at. The waiting hurts a lot. Like, the upcoming vampire quest that's coming out in like 2026, is it? Like, the conclusion to the vampire storyline, that's gonna be really cool. And I really hope it is like a clean and like a nice tie off, a nice send off to the whole Mauritania storyline, the whole Meyer Key storyline. I hope it's not another cliffhanger, is what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna promise this big, like, in-game, ultra-hard, super long quest, that's like the biggest vampire quest we've ever done. It's like, okay, if you're gonna go that big on it, I feel like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you're, like, leaving it off on a cliffhanger, right? Because then the next quest has to be even bigger, right? I'm like, you could just tie it off neatly. You could give this really cool experience and just be like, you can still add new quests and shit to, like, Mauritania. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna hype up the quest that much, you should deliver on it, and you shouldn't, like, leave it off on a cliffhanger. With the Majorat storyline, it makes sense. Like, narratively, it makes sense, because the whole storyline has always been about, like, oh, Secrets of the North, and even as far back as, like, Temple of Ikov, you get, like, hints about, like, this big Majorat ritual. So, like, narratively, it makes sense. But, like, for the vampire quests, it's like, yeah, we're getting close to the end here. Like, if the next quest in the vampire storyline doesn't, like, wrap everything up, I'm gonna be upset. Same thing with, like, same thing with, like, the conclusion to the Majorat storyline. If the next big Majorat quest, like, I guess the Majorat ritual or whatever they're gonna end up calling it, if that doesn't wrap up the storyline, I'd be upset. Because there's already so many stories, like, there's already so many stories left unfinished. That, like, if you want to tell more stories through the game, you have the space to do that. There's a lot of storylines unfinished. And so if you want to, like, try a new direction or do something new and fresh, there's space for that outside of, like, these long-running storylines. Like the Majorat storyline, I feel it's really good. I like it a lot, but it's coming to an end. It's been, like, ever since they announced Desert Treasure 2. For me, ever since they announced Secrets of the North with Muspa, I was like, okay, we're getting there. We're getting close to the end here. But it's, like, kind of disappointing that, again, I get it. You can only work on so much at a time, but, like, I I I want to see, like, more storylines be wrapped up rather than like adding new loose ends to the game. Okay, that was quite a ramble, quite a rant there. Um, let's see. Okay. Will the Avernic threads consume Cerberus boots as a boot sink? Uh, the new boots could be tradable or not, so it's like a permanent sink like Bofa, but the upgrade process not able to. And the Cerberus boots, Prim, Pregasian, Eternal, should be permanently destroyed. An item so lucrative, saving 1 to 2 inventory slots since there's no need for boot switches. Therefore, making this a one-size-fits-all type would justify the price tag of consuming the boots. Has this been thought to implement? Has there been a thought to implement this change amongst the mods? Yeah, that's fair. I feel like the boot slot is so inconsequential for a lot of stuff. It's like, for a lot of things, I would rather take Arania boots to places rather than take a bunch of boot swaps, because I don't care if I lose like a max hit because I'm not wearing Pegasians, or a max hit on the Shadow because I'm not wearing the Eternals. Like, I'm fine with that. Just don't make me bring even more switches. So I feel like permanently consuming the boots is probably the way to go there. Because if Avernic threads are gonna be like the boots that you have to wear for like the rest of the time, because I doubt they're sort of going through each gear slot and being like, well, we can give a slight upgrade here and a slight upgrade here, so that like power creep isn't just like, oh, you got Torva, and you got now better Torva, and well, better Torva's cool, so let's make even better Torva. It's like, no, let's give them an upgrade to the ring slot, because Dagonoth Kings have been the go-to spot for rings forever, and finally we get an upgrade there. How long has Cerberus been around? Cerberus has been around for a long time. So the thing that I would expect next, for like an upgrade, maybe like, I know the blessing slot. The blessing slot, there's a lot you could do there, and I've seen a lot of like creative suggestions for what should go into the slot there as like a bonus item. Like Gommel's Penny, or whatever it is, the thing that saves charges in the blessing slot. That's really cool. That's a niche item that's really good. So I could see them doing a lot with that, the ammo slot, which is fairly underutilized. I mean, it's just for ammo. And with the addition of the quiver, right? You can, like, if you're just using a T-bow and blowpipe at, like, TOB, then if you have the quiver, you can have, like, whatever bonus, whatever, like, prayer bonus or the Gommel's Penny or whatever in your main ammo slot, and then your second ammo slot could be just for the quiver whenever you're, you know, T-bowing. So I think that's where I would expect to see an upgrade. I know they tried for the they tried to like implement the what was it? The best in slot mage cape, and people were like, no, mage cape, if it's gonna be best in slot, it has to be like Colosseum and Inferno. It's like, alright. I mean, you know, that would be on theme, and it's sort of how they've gone about giving out best in slot capes. But like, I could see them like pitching another way to get the pitching another way to get that best in slot mage cape. Are Maka's items going to be extremely time consuming to unlock? A lot of people are already worried about the difficulty of even killing the boss due to its enrage mechanics. A lot of people are thinking they're only going to be able to kill the first one or two delves of Maka, leaving them with some horrendous 200-hour grind. We're basically hoping you don't flip from Yama having stuff. Oh, yeah. We are basically hoping you don't flip from Yama having stuff be a reasonable grind to something that resembles Fosani's and takes like 4 months to bang out. Like 5 kill per hour, but it's 1 in 800 or something dreadful like that. My hope is that I can even kill it, and it's about the same difficulty of regular Yama, with about the same grind time, a good 90 hours, not fast, but not painfully long if you stick with it. Yeah, I mean, here. While we're at it, I mean, since we're just discussing it, we can actually look here. Final tweak to the Eldritch necklace. This is the upgrade to the that's the upgrade to the occult amulet, is it? The demonic mark component will now be untradeable, while the Eldritch necklace will be tradable. Okay, that's fine. That's relatively normal. Earthbound, Tepecalatal, yeah, whatever. Delve boss, Eldritch Veil, no cape. There's a lot of back and forth. Ended up, yeah. So this is Eldritch necklace is sort of the replacement for the sort of the Zenite for magic necklaces, I guess. Sort of on that same scale. And since they nerfed the occult, those tiny bit of like magic damage, and then also look at those defenses. Those are some good defenses, good attack bonus, prayer bonus, percent magic bonus. It's very good. Vernic threads. Vernic threads, consumable items. Diabolical Aegis. This is the one. It's the 3-tick. Is it the 3-tick or is it the two-handed weapon? Demon Bane Crush. Okay, this is the different one. I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the little one-handed wand that was 3-tick. Antler Guard is a slash attack. It's an attack bonus thing. Not as good as a defender, but you know. Okay. I just gave that a quick look because I. What I'm looking forward to is the fletching activity, because fletching has been a pain in my ass on the iron, and I'd much rather just do like a mastering mixology type minigame for my my levels and fletching there. Can we have an introduction of normal worms to the Nepelitzi instead of the only wormlings? One of Konar's specific Slayer monsters was now made worse as a task, as what was once a 100% normal worms task is now a 50% wormlings task that drops nothing but bones, and only being level 55 have a very, very meager chance at a Brimstone Key. A handful of normal worms would make this location a lot more favorable and give people a choice between wormlings and regular worms at the associated location. Okay, so this is when Konar's like, go kill worms and or go kill worms in this dungeon, and you go there and it's just wormlings and you get absolutely zero loot from them. Yeah. Um, People asking about Capybara Pet. Any more locations in Varlamore Part 3 where you can catch Teku salamanders? Current location is always full when I'm doing rumors, and there's only one per world. Okay. Lost a potato there, but that's alright. Switching a Jagex account should allow you to set your bank pin to removal from 7 days to 30 days. Yeah, honestly, that's completely fair. If you play this game enough, you know your bank pen muscle memory. You're never forgetting that. That's sticking with. You could die at the age of 80 and someone could ask you in your like final weeks like, "Oh yeah, what's your bank pen to old school RuneScape?" And you'd be like, "I know it, but you never will. That secret dies with me." Like you're never forgetting your bank pen. So I mean there are legitimate reasons to like reset your bank pen if you genuinely do forget it. Um, but like I would much rather have that tiny bit. I mean, Jagex accounts are more secure than just like regular. Um, Going through the Jagex launcher is more secure than just going through like Moonlight. Um, but that extra little bit of security would also be nice. Alright. Armor stand for diary equipment. Okay, this is an interesting suggestion. Built-in display space in the achievement gallery. Okay, requires 80 construction, costs 2 marble blocks, 1 gold leaf. Allows you to display your achievement diary equipment. Can use teleports from items you have displayed. That's huge. Yeah, there's so many good teleports on diary gear. That would be, I mean, that might be a little bit OP. Disease-free Harmony Island herb patch. Pulled but not approved or not implemented yet. There is something. Obligatory fire cape posts. Yeah, yeah. Torso skip complete at 954 KC. Yeah, I mean, I got the fighter torso, but that's because I am not getting to Yama for a while. Jeez. Okay, that should be better. My mic sensitivity was a little bit too weird. Suggestion: ability shortcut to cross the broken bridge northwest of Frankenstein's castle to the mausoleum. Shortcut should be made available. Oh, this was a post from 7 years ago. True. Oh yeah, here's the tunnel. What am I thinking? Let's go ahead and get ourselves some Carol's shirt. I want Carol's shirt very much. I also want Varrac's skirt very much. Which doors can I even open here? Okay, gotta go all the way around to that one. Oh, and here's Varrock now. Give me your pants, bitch! But Varlamore Part 3 looks like it's gonna be fun. I'll play a bit on the main and just test out some stuff. But really, I'm just gonna be grinding the iron all the way up to that same point, so might as well just wait until I have the ability to do all this PVM on the iron, then do that. And we're getting close. I mean, here, I want to swamp this back to Death Runes because I've dipped under 2k Blood Runes, which I'm not a fan of, so I'll switch back to Death Runes for that. But like Avernic Threads, those will be cool. If I it's like, yeah, I could go do the new bright and shiny content on the iron, but like there's a lot of stuff I gotta do before that. Like Ranger boots grind, Infinity boots, which I am gonna probably do pretty soon after after Barrows. I'm done with Barrows. But yeah, I want to get the Infinity boots soon, Ranger boots soon, and then if I get spiked manacles while going for that, that would be cool as well. But like, you got that, and then you also got the Cerberus grind, which like they made some improvements to Cerberus, and Cerberus is more manageable now. I mean, you got to use Dark Demon Bane, I think, but the Prayer Drain is not as bad even without the Spectral. So that'll be nice. But again, I keep saying there's like a lot of stuff I need to do, but I need to get to 75 Hunter for those Moonlight Moth mixes, because those would definitely be my best prayer for a long time until I get like a consistent way to farm Ranars. And also using that kind of, I know it's like 2 dose and it's a flat prayer amount that you get back, but like the more I use that, the less I use supplies that are good for like actual bossing. I don't want to be using like good supplies on Slayer and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I might stream on the main to check out Varlamore Part 3. Yeah, checking out Varlamore Part 3 on the main would be cool, but for the most part, I'm really gonna be looking to complete some grinds on the iron. Like, here. Let's see. Quest completed. I have a A good number of quests left. Beneath Cursed Sands is not horrible. Curse of Arav. Defender of Varrock. Desert Treasure 2 is going to be hard. Devious Minds, I forget what that one's about. Dream Mentor, Dragon Slayer 2, yeah. The big ones. Fremennik Exiles, not that hard. Grim Tales, I don't think that one's hard at all. Heart of Darkness, that's pretty easy. King's Ransom, pretty easy. Lunar Diplomacy is long, but not hard. Making Friends with My Arm is fine. Monkey Madness 2 is annoying. A Night at the Theater should be fine, just send in entry mode. Perilous Moons, again, that's super easy. Secrets of the North, super easy. Sins of the Father is harder. That'll take a while as well. Song of the Elves is going to take a while. Swan Song, super easy. I can get that done in like a day if I just have the requirements. Then Wild Gothic Sleeps. So, like, really, we're getting close to that quest cape. A lot of big quests with a lot of big requirements. But I mean, we're doing fine for that. We're doing all right as far as quest points go. And once I get like all the Barrows gear that I want, damn it, took a cram blam. Once I get all the Barrows gear I want, a lot of the combat parts of those quests are going to be a lot easier. And then also I think I will start on like the mining and smithing grind. Because, what is it for the zombie axe? Yeah, the broken zombie axe requires... Broken zombie axe requires 70 smithing. So like, 11 more levels, do that at the Giant's Foundry. Yeah, this is live. Giant's Foundry would be nice. Yeah, I am here. I'm just talking to myself. Keep myself talking so that if people do stop by, it's not like they're walking into dead silence. You know. Take that. And... Stop! How's it going? Yeah, I've just been, like, reading some stuff about Varlamore Part 3 coming out soon. I also need to go get the Odium and Malediction wards. Any luck at Barrows? I can show the collection log. We've gotten pretty lucky. I mean, this is where we're sitting right now. A lot of dupes, but that's, you know, normal. But yeah, I really want the Varix plate skirt, the Carol's top, and then full Guthans. But we'll see. We'll see what we get. Really, what I want to do, like, I do want to do the Ranger Boots grind, like, pretty soon, like, right after Barrows. But after that, I'm like, definitely go for the, definitely just go for the Fire Cape at that point. Because if I get the Ranger Boots, I'm, like, set all the way until Cerberus. Hell yeah. Yeah, Barrows is more of an Ironman thing, I think. I mean, if you're really early into a main, it could be a nice way to get some gear and a little bit of money. You could get lucky with some of the better items. But even, like, some of the worst items, like Torag's plate legs. Torag's plate legs are, like, not great. Oh, you're hardcore Ironman. Oh, hell yeah. Well, yeah. Barrows is really nice. I don't like playing hardcore. I'm too much of a pussy to stress out about every single thing. Like, I recently started Pokemon Nuzlocke, and I'm such a pussy when I play that game. I'm like, oh, my Pokemon's at half health, better potion, because what if they crit, you know? Oh, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. I just I can't I don't want I'm a pussy and I don't want a big permanent like name on the high score saying like this is when this loser died. Check it out. And I also don't want to like start a new account and keep the status. That seems that's rough. And also like for like very end game stuff, like it is very possible for someone to PK at TOB. Just finished Dragon Slayer 2 today? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's more like a my personal shame of knowing like this is when I died. I've failed. Like with the regular iron, I'm like, okay, I can die and that's fine. But if I like died on a hardcore and then kept going as like a normal iron, I'd be like, yeah, but I did die and I did lose the status, and that would feel kind of bad for me. Even though like it's kind of inevitable for me. Aram's in the pit. There's the doors. Okay. Warlamore Part 3 reward. Or, hold on. It is OSRS Fume of Machpiotl. What's this? Did they change the name? Osto Ayak, translated to Underpreacher in the Old One's language. Okay. Surprised how much you have so much quest point. Yeah, I mean, for the first like couple weeks, my big grind was just getting as many quest points as I can. And I sort of kind of got to the point where like I got a whole bunch of quests done, and then I got to some of the harder ones, and I was like, you know what, I'll stop here, I'll stop questing for a bit, and I'll just grind out some gear to make the rest of the questing a lot easier. So I got all my untradables, you know, the Fighter Torso, the Dragon Defender, Full Void. What else did I get? I'm not sure. Ivan Staff, definitely, but Ivan Staff came pretty early, and that sort of carried me through a lot of the quests. Ivan Staff is just so strong. And I was considering using it here, but like with Blood Runes and the air weakness of the Barrows brothers, my max hit is like 30. And then if I'm like being a cheap bastard and I want to save runes, the death runes with the air is like only 24. What magic skills am I using? At the moment, I'm using either Wind Wave or Wind Blast. Wind Blast is fine for like the melee brothers, but if I get Carol's down in the dungeon, I guess, then I gotta use the blood spells because he can really chew through my food. And I'm not bringing prayer points. I'm doing like each Barrows run I have prayer for like the first 3 rooms, and then I just face tank the rest of it. Ah, every time I click into this building, I either click the ladder or I click the deposit box or something stupid like that. Where are my potatoes? Need to do some barrows sometime, just so much to do. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I like doing a grind like barrows where it can take up to like 1,000 KC to green log it. I'm not going for a green log. I just want a couple more items and I'll be done. But it lets me like sort of plan out the rest of my route after I'm done here. Like, I definitely want to go to Perilous Moons. Perilous Moons is going to be really good. I mean, the Blood Moon armor is amazing. Guthans would be cool. Ferox would also... I'm stupid. I didn't even grab out my crown bones. I just grabbed a potato and walked away. But yeah, I mean, Varric's plate skirt is going to be my best tank skirt for a long time. Prayer bonus, good defense, you know, all that. Pure prayer bonus, you got like Proselyte, but Varric's skirt would be really good. And then Carol's top as well. Just to finish off that Carol's set, and then I can go do the Fight Caves, I guess. And I also want to check here. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Is an amulet of the damned? Does the amulet of the damned have charges, or is it? Is an amulet that provides extra buffs to Barrows equipment. It can be obtained from silver and gold shade chests in the Shade's Catacomb, and is the same bonuses as the Amulet of Glory. Okay. Because a glory might be a ways off for me, just because of that crafting requirement, but Shades of Morton is fairly easy to do. I just need high wood cutting and fire making. And fire making is easy, just go to Wintertodd for that, and then wood cutting, that'll probably take a while, but if I can manage to grab an Amulet of the Damned from Shades instead of going for the Glory right away, that would actually be really nice, especially for like Fight Caves. If I'm going in with full Carols, the Fight Caves would be super nice with the that extra chance for a double hit. Okay, and then silver chests, it's like 1 in 15. Gold chests, it's 1 in 24. Okay, let me actually look. Shades of Mortorn, OSRS. What do I need? What level do I need to get silver keys? Okay. That's a good question. Here, I'm walking the wrong way. I don't see anything here on the item that shows that it degrades. It doesn't have like charges or anything. Oh no, it does degrade. Degradation. It can only be traded when it hasn't been used. It will degrade at the same rate as any other Barrows armor, but once fully degraded, it will turn to dust. It becomes untradeable once it degrades. Players with multiple amulets can combine charges. Despite being untradeable once degraded, it's automatically kept on death. in a safe location. Should you die with the amulet will turn to dust, making it impossible to recover. Okay, so it does degrade. It does degrade, unfortunately. But, for, like, the meantime, it says it degrades at the same rate as, like, any other Barrows gear. So for the meantime, it could be a good option before I get the crafting level to make my own glory, or, like, the hunter level to catch, would it be dragon implings? Yeah, it would be, like, dragons. But, yeah, I think that seems like a good option, like, in the meantime, before I actually have access to a glory. And what fire making level would I need for silver keys? Okay. Fire shades. Fire shades require 65 fire making. 65 fire making. Okay, fire remains. Magic pyre logs or redwood pyre logs. Okay. Magic logs, that's gonna take a while. 80 fire making for that. And magic logs take, like, also 80 wood cutting, 75 wood cutting. Okay, so 75 wood cutting, 80 fire making. That's not, like, horrible. But is it worth doing that over just doing the crafting grind? Not sure. Of course, if I did Wintertodd, I could just do Wintertodd all the way up to 80 fire making. And hopefully by the time I get to 80 fire making, I'll have saved up enough magic logs to get an Amulet of the Damned. So I wouldn't have to actually get the woodcutting level for it. Yeah, maybe. But at a certain point, it might just be worth just going for the crafting level anyway. Oh. Okay, the only place to get, like, an actual dragon, the actual Amulet of Glory before you can craft it is Dragon Implings, which is fine. How about a Dragonstone Amulet? Where can I get those? Crystal Implings, okay. Dragon Impling Jar, okay. Dragon Impling, okay. Yeah, so... if I want to train up to 83 Hunter, then I could do that. But it's like, get to 83 Hunter and then also find a bunch of Dragon Implings. And that's not going to be super easy to do. Okay. And then into the pits we go. Yeah, crafting is probably the best option, because what is it? It's only like... is it 70 or 80 that you need for a glory? Just coming back to the game for a bit. What's your other goals? My other goal, my big like overall goal is to get this account raids ready. Yeah, 80 crafting. That'll be a pain in the ass to do, but I can do that. Just got to start my seaweed farming, I guess. But I want to get this account raid ready. Because I really like raiding. I'm not the biggest fan of Tombs of a Masket, but I haven't played it since they made a bunch of changes, so it might be nicer now. But yeah, basically I've done a bunch of raids on the main, and I'm like, you know, I could keep going and make a bunch of money doing raids, but I'd rather, like, play an Iron and have those, like, upgrades actually be meaningful rather than just buying everything. So I'm like, full Barrows gear, maybe some Blood Moon armor for the strength bonus, and the dual mocks for those, because those are actually fairly good at Chambers of Xeric. And then also, like, the Slayer grind, get myself a trident, get myself, a whip. I mean, a whip, I'd have to check the DPS calcs if a whip is better than the dual mocks with Blood Moon. Or if I could just use, because, like, Blood Moon is super expensive to repair, so I might just use, like, the Blood Moon Tacits and then go for the, Fighter Torso, and, like, if I'm doing Slayer anyway, I'm gonna be doing Basilisk Knights, so might as well go for the Face Guard as well. Like, long-term, the goal is raids, but short-term, the goal is, like, questing and also a lot of Slayer, because Slayer is, one of my favorite skills, and also unlocks a whole bunch of really good gear that I would want for raids anyway. Like, I have a friend who I raid with, and we do, like, she's an Iron, and she doesn't have the best gear. She's, like, running with a rune crossbow with adamant bolts. Perilous Moons too, but the upkeep doesn't sound fun. Yeah, it's like $1.5 million to repair just one item. But my friend is, like, running and we're doing Chambers, and I'm, like, running with a Shadow and T-Bow, and I have another friend in, like, Oathplate and, you know, Bofa. And then the third is, like, this Iron using a rune crossbow and a warp scepter. And I'm like, you know, it's not like, I'm not gonna kick you out of the raid because you have, like, mid-game gear. I'm just saying, you would have a lot nicer of a time if you did get some better gear, right? And so that's where I'm at. Like, I can start raiding with fairly budget gear, but I feel like raiding would be a lot more fun with, like, a Toxic Trident and a Tentacle Whip, and, like, even, like, I was thinking that new Hunter crossbow, because, like, if I'm going for 75 Hunter for the prayer pots anyway, I might as well get the Moonlight Hunter crossbow, or the Sunlight Hunter crossbow, whichever it's called. And that could be good, but also, if I'm going for that, and I have the gear, I'm gonna do, hopefully, hard clues to get, like, the God D'hide, so I can go do God Wars. But, like, the potions? Oh, yeah, the Moonlight Moth Mix. It's a 2-dose potion. You catch a Moonlight Moth in a jar, and then you add a Hunter meat to it, and it restores 22 prayer points per dose, and there's 2 doses. So it's, like, it's a really nice alternative to, like, farming Ranars, or, like, getting super restores, because it's just so much easier once you have the Hunter level for it. It's so much easier to just farm out those. And Hunter's got a lot of other really good perks, like Mixed Hide armor is decent. The crossbow is decent. Trying to think if there's other gear. It was called the Moonlight Moth Mix. But yeah, it seems like a good option for like consistently getting prayer potions, because I want to save the better potions from like herb lore for actual bosses. Let's go ahead and run it back and try and get another piece. I wanna read up on the Varlamore fletching activity again. Fletching activity for Varlamore the Final Dawn. The activity. Pick between. Here's a quick rundown of the gameplay loop. Pick between multiple locations and start your totem making. Scout the area to take note of which critters are the most common around your chosen spot. For a top tier and most rewarding totem, you'll need to represent the 3 most common animals. This will change from time to time, so you can't always rely on the same combination. Okay. Gather lumber. The highest tier of the higher tier the wood, the longer your totem will stand, allowing you to keep the site active for more int visits without maintenance. This in turn allows you to maintain more sites simultaneously, leading to greater XP an hour. Once you have your log, whittle it into a blank pole, then choose which animals to represent. Carve onto the pole. God damn it, they took one of my potatoes. Carve onto the pole. From my crayon and everything here. Carve onto the pole the chosen totem. After carving your totems, either fletch unstrung bows, crossbow stocks, and shields. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Very nice to have you around. Shields previously made. Okay. Okay, this is cool. So you can use like things you've already fletched and use them. Continue to use like, instead of like fletching longbows, stringing them, and then just alching them, you can take those longbows here and use it as like supplies for this fletching activity. That seems cool. Ints will pass your totem, paying their respects, leaving behind offerings, however there are no need to wait around. You really one of your friends asked, I'm not sure if... Oh! I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, one of my friends is asking. She got one of the prayer scrolls the other day. Yeah, Titans is a new boss. It's really good for mid game because it gives you prayer scrolls. It's like Deadeye Scroll and something else. It's like a stepping stone between Rigor and Augury, and then like the previous best ranged and mage. It's like in between Mystic Might and Augury. So it does give you like a % magic bonus and some defense, but it's not as good as like the Chamber's prayers. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see it either in my prayer book. I think it's, I think you gotta unlock it, for it to show up. But, let's... Yeah. They also have something called the Twin Flame Staff, which is, it's really nice. It automatically casts you just basically pick, like, Bolt, Wind Blast, or Wind Wave, or like, Chaos, Death, or Blood runes, and then the staff will automatically cast the spell that your target is weak to, if they have an elemental weakness, and it also casts twice in, like, one shot. I think the second cast is, like, weaker than the first one, but still, it's a lot of damage, and it's actually really good at Zulrah, because if you, like, max hit, like, a 45 on the first hit, you can max hit, like, a 20 on the second hit. And so you basically get around... Yeah, you basically get around Zulrah's, like, 50 damage cap, because it's technically 2 hits, so you can hit, like, higher than that with the Twin Flame Staff. In some cases, it's definitely better than the Trident. In some cases, it's not. Like, I wouldn't use the Twin Flame Staff at, like, Chambers of Zarek against Ulm. It's really good against Ice Demon. Like, that's the new tech for speedrunning, is Twin Flame Staff on Ice Demon. But yeah, if the thing has an elemental weakness, it's really, really good. What drove me to take this username? So I had a friend in high school whose name was, like, it was a whole bunch of M's. His first, middle, and last name started with M's. And so I was like, you know what, Mr. Mommy Man, that's a lot of M's. That sounds good. I'll go with that. But yeah, here, let me actually see if they're on. I'll hop into Discords for when they do decide to hop in, and then I'll take a break from Barrows and do some Royal Titans then. But yeah, Twin Flame would also be really nice for Barrows. But I feel like by the time I get it, I'm gonna be done with Barrows. It's because it's 1 in 70. Both the prayer scrolls and the pieces of the Twin Flame Staff are 1 in 70 from the Royal Titans. And so it is a bit of a gamble to put it all together in time. But the Twin Flame Staff would be probably my best magic weapon for a long time. Because even if the thing doesn't have, like, an elemental weakness, you still double cast at it, right? Speaking of, I should probably save my blood runes. I don't want to dip under, like, 2k blood runes. Because I know eventually I'm gonna do a bunch of rune crafting. Guardians of the Rift is fun, and it's free, and it's good XP. So, I'm gonna get to 77. I'm gonna start making my own blood runes eventually. But in the meantime, I kind of want to save them. Because, like, Chaos runes and Death runes, I'm never gonna run out of those. I'd make those at Guardians of the Rift, but currently I don't have the skill level to make blood runes at Guardians of the Rift. Or, yeah, so... But I was extremely lucky. Here, let me see if I have it here in the loot tracker. It's gonna be... It was a while ago that I got it, so it might be down here quite a ways. Turn down the wizards, rock crabs. Man, where was it? That was a while ago. Anyway, I got the Abyssal Needle and all the pouches I needed on, like, in 5kc Guardians of the Rift. So. Alright, give me the Carol's top. Come on! Damn it. Hello. I am streaming. I have Discord muted. But if you don't mind, I can just unmute you and we can chat. Okay. Yeah. Callie asked if we were doing Royal Titans today, and I was like, yeah, alright, sure. So I'm taking a break from Barrows and going to do that.
Nice. I've been just doing Tob. I'm pretty good at Tob if I don't feel like I'm disappointing others, in which case I want to hang myself. But otherwise, I'm pretty fucking good, dude.
Don't say that on stream.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. My bad. my bad.
I mean, based, but like, okay.
Sorry about that. Apologize to any potential viewers.
Well, yeah, Barrows has been going good.
3 real 5B. I didn't realize. I thought you might like you're streaming gameplay. I didn't mean like. I didn't
No,
realize
I'm
you meant like
streaming
you're
to YouTube.
streaming. Yo, what's up, chat? I'm so sorry.
It's fine. But
That said, I've been doing pretty well.
I mean, TOB is where you go to make money.
True.
I want to beat the shit out of Carol more so I can get his shirt. But he doesn't want to give me his shirt. He's given me 4 pairs of pants and no shirt. Strength pot, prayer pots, giant soul amulet, the air runes and blood runes. And then is there anything else I need for Royal Titans? Not really. This is I think this is my setup for Royal Titans. Oh no, Callie just left. Oh, wait, they're back. All right.
We got a team.
Nice.
Oh, the ore border is still broken. No, it's getting fixed. Hell yeah. Goated.
Hello.
It's not like. What's up?
Yeah, I've been streaming for like an hour now, so I think I'm gonna call it a stream here. I'm gonna stick around, but like, I don't want to be like exposing people if they hop in the Discord. I have everyone muted right now, but I don't want to be like, if people are talking about whatever they talk about, I don't want to be like, no, don't say that on stream. So, hello. So, alright, so everyone, thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you around. It had a good stream today. So I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.